All right, folks, raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Start up here in the front with Daryl.
John, when a guy goes off for 35 like that, are you frustrated with your defense, or do you just tip your hat at the kid?
He made some crazy ones now. And Eric just said that he was one off the record from another kid that played against our team that I've coached. And how many did, what was the other kid, the Texas A&M kid?
He scored 40 points.
He scored 40. So I'm a pretty good defensive coach with high-scoring players. I was really impressed that we played as well as we did against the zone. Because you understand, it's, again, we haven't spent much time on it based on we're trying to get to where we're comfortable how we're playing against man-to-man. The first half, I thought we had our chances to spread it out a little bit. We held them to 40%. Second half, I think we got tired. They were running us around, and guys just stopped. All of a sudden, they're shooting layups. And but hats off. I thought Dan did a great job, and those kids made shots. And one kid making shots. They made 19. So there were 9 others that we left corners. We did that 3 times. We left a corner, which, if you know, for 10 years I've been here, we don't leave corners. This team leaves corners. You know, we started trapping late, and I guess the fans are looking at me like, why wouldn't you just start trapping this kid? And probably should have, but won't be the first time that you know, we need to play a little bit different. But again, I was happy for PJ, 19 and 19, or 18 and 19. I was happy for Reed. Quad A played really well. Quad A's playing good basketball right now. It really is.
Raise your hand if you got questions. Jerry.
Now, what should we make that your guys did not get caught up in a three-point shooting contest? You guys seem to go inside, use your size.
Yeah, they're trying. I mean, again, the only thing that bothered me a couple times is we had some ball stoppers versus the zone. The ball's got to fly around that court. But again, we haven't worked on it. And when it flew around the court, we either posted it easy against the spread defense or we got to drive. Look, we shot 50% and only had 11 turnovers. So, I mean, we did some good stuff. We shot 35% from the 3, and we still have a couple guys that can't make a 3 right now. But, you know, there was good. I mean, we have 18 offensive rebounds. We out-rebounded by 21 rebounds. I mean, there was some good here, except they went crazy on the 3s. Now, I've got to go and watch this tape and watch every single 3, because you guys that do the numbers, if you look historically from my time here, my guess is our three-point shooting defense is usually around 30%, 29, 31. Right now, we're probably at 40%. And so some of that is, if you ask me, how much have you worked on that? We haven't done much, and we haven't talked to them about it much. So now we're gonna have to look and say, our league, everybody's shooting, they're making 10 threes, 9 threes, 8 threes, 7. The least amount is like 7. So if we go into a league and we cannot guard the 3, we're gonna have problems. So thank goodness, what's the date? Is this still November? Tell me it's still November.
November 18th.
It is it barely? What is it?
18.
Okay, tomorrow's my daughter's birthday. It's not.
Larry.
It's not the 19th. It's the 20. It's the 23rd. I know when her birthday is.
Except for that one tweet.
I hope it's the 23rd.
Let's hope you got it right.
Yeah. Why are you laughing? Eric, you're supposed to be with me. You're not supposed to be
that
laughing.
was all you.
John, what do you like about what he's doing now compared to, say, 2 weeks ago?
I think he's really playing hard. I mean, he's really defending, he's trying. And then he has a knack offensively for making baskets. And if you put it in his hands, he'll normally, as long as it's not against a set defense, if that ball moves and he gets it and it's a 2-man game, something's good is going to happen. And late in the game, he will make a shot and he will make free throws. He's proven that. So he's, you know, he's doing what we're asking. He's doing better every day. And he's in practice right now. My guess is he's working harder than anybody else.
In the middle.
you all ran a defensive set about midway through the first half or later than that, where your guards were denying the ball to the other guards from the big head at the top. What forced you all to move away from that? Because you seem to be running into the shot blockers. Were you all fouling them too much? What was going on there?
No, we got tired. It's not like I changed what we were doing. We were trying to fight over those and wall up a little bit with the big. We were saying, let's not give them threes, make them bounce it. We're deflecting, we're getting turnovers. And then if you look, we end up creating only 13 turnovers. And my guess is at half, if they didn't make a three, they turned it over or we deflected. So, but again, it's the discipline that you need, this team doesn't have yet, of full possessions, of every trip down the floor. And it doesn't mean that they're not going to make a shot. They made 5 or 6, 7 shots that you're like, dude, that's almost at half court. But we had hands down, and we're talking in every huddle, you have to have your hands up on the guy. And his hands were down, and the kid was feeling it. I'll tell you what, hats off to him. He made 10 of 16. I haven't seen that.
Back to Daryl.
I'm curious where this team ranks in terms of forcing you to have defensive concentration for the full 30 seconds, and how hard it is for young guys to get a handle on it.
Well, the biggest thing is, if we do what we normally do and they take 38 threes, they're going to make 10 of those, and you're getting runouts and layups, and the score is different. They just kept making them. And then, you know, we had a couple breakdowns late. We lose a 3-point, the kid in the corner, like, you total deny him. Why would you leave him? Why had my hand up? Why did you leave him? Have you not watched the game? And then we come down and make an offensive error, which gives them a chance to beat us. It's a great lesson. It's a great lesson in that we still won. Like I told the guys after, when somebody makes 19 threes, you win that game. I don't care who it is. They made 19 threes and we won the game, which means offensively and rebounding and our post-up stuff, we did some good stuff. Like I said, we got a long way to go. This is. I hate to tell you, this is going to be a grind. And until we're a little out of, everybody's trying to establish themselves, which is a natural thing. And as they do that, it's hard to really be in sync defensively and even offensively at times.
Jerry.
Yeah, what was your thinking on bringing Reed off the bench and EJ starting? How did you think that played out?
I watched the tape. I don't know. I mean, I thought EJ fouled twice, so obviously it didn't work and that way. But we had tried the other ones. I said, let's look at this. I'm trying to make it, okay, Nick comes off the bench, he gets 19. PJ comes off the bench, he gets 25. Who cares who starts? Unless your ego and it's not about our team, who really cares? Today, Reed came off the bench. He had 22. I mean, would you rather have 5 and start? Yeah, because I like that introduction. Really? You like the introduction? Yeah, the introduction. Did you see the introduction? They cheered for me. It's unbelievable. Yeah, but you had 5 points. Yeah, but I'm okay. What? You have 22, 19, who cares who starts? And especially right now where I'm just trying to figure out this team.
On the right.
Coach, I know you said after the Southern Illinois game that you felt like you were kind of getting a handle and kind of know what you wanted to do. After 2 more games, do you still feel that way?
We're getting better. Ooh, thank God. But I've had to go back to day 1 of training camp and start all over. So it took us 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get to where we were. And now it's going to probably take that long to get back to it, to where we need to be. And every time we were working on lunging, I'm telling you, I watched it. We lunged, we did everything we want. And then there's, you only got 4 fingers and a thumb, and there's water, and so and all of a sudden 3-point shooting defense came. It's shooting out at this, and now you're trying to, it's what it is for us. But I do know this, we're physically tough. We can rebound like crazy. I love the fact that we can throw it to the post. I love the fact that we're an offensive rebounding team. I'm going to say it again, we should be a better 3-point shooting team. I mean, we had 2 guys that I would expect to make threes go 1 for 6. Emmanuel and Tyler. It's 1 for 6. I would expect them to make 4 out of 6. And so we, you know, it's feeling comfortable and getting Tyler. I was begging him the whole game to shoot. They're in the zone, man. Shoot it, catch it, and get ready to shoot. But this is a process, and that we can't. I wish we could skip steps. I tried. How'd that work? Doesn't work. Now we're back to where we need to be.
Now, when somebody like PJ goes off for 18 rebounds, do you say, okay, son, that's your new standard?
Why don't you ask him that? Is he coming out? Good. Is that your new standard? If I'm PJ, because what it shows is motor. It shows motor, okay? So if I'm PJ, I'm rebounding against 9 players. They're 5 and 4 of ours. That's just me. And what a great thing to be selfish about, wouldn't you say? Don't get everyone. But I'll tell you, again, hard. Because you got to work, you got to fight, you're in there battling people. And there's going to be guys who are going to just say, block out him on every possession. And early in the game, it's going to be a fight. As the game goes on, you'll get by a guy, get a couple, get a dunk, or you can say, this guy's never going to let me get by. That's that next level for he and Reed and EJ and even Nick.
Last one here on the right.
At the 5:30 mark in the first half, you guys went on a 12-0 run. 8 lead changes up at that point. It was a 1-point game. What were you guys able to do during that stretch to really
I'll have to watch. I thought we defended better. They missed some shots. We got some breakouts. You know, I thought we had a steal, a run-through steal. We did some stuff, but I'll have to watch the tape. I mean, I knew we got the game stretched out, and it got to 19, and I'm thinking, okay, let's get this to 25, 30. All of a sudden, you turn around, it's 14, 13, then it's 12. What in the world? And again, it's hard because I know we played pretty good against the zone. That's the first time we played against zone. And we play against ourselves, and we haven't done it much. So I was pleased with that. And again, there was things I was pleased with, but you know, this is going to be a process, and it's not easy. It's not easy for these kids. It's not easy for our fans. And I would tell our fans, I said it on the radio, you should never be upset with these kids. They're 17 and 18 and 19. They're doing exactly what I'm trying to get them to do. Be mad at me. Be mad at me. You don't need to be mad at the kids. Cheer them on. It's hard to play here. I mean, VMI came in, this was a big deal. And when their kid, Bubba goes nuts, believe me, his grandchildren will be watching that video in Rupp Arena in front of, I mean, that's every game we play is this way. And so they don't need anything extra. They just need to just get better, and you'll break through, and, you know, try to, you know, continue to talk on those terms. And there was the other thing. That locker room, even though there's some guys that really didn't play well, they better be happy for PJ, happy for Reed, happy for Quad A, hugging those guys. So when you play well, they hug you. That's a learning process too. If I don't play well, I'm mad. We won. We won a game we easily could have lost. So anyway, thanks guys.
Thanks, folks.